We are group 3, and my name is Sarika Anaya.
My name is Roxanne Garcia.
My name is Jaden Giles.
My name is Elena Horowitz.
My name is Erin Riley.
And my name is Aya Ali.
And we will be discussing why we should use animal antibiotics in food animals.
Okay, my name is Jaden. I'll be going first with the history and background. American farmers simply could not keep up with the urban lifestyle, causing a shortage. World War I only added more fuel to the fire, with global demand coming into play and complaints about high prices, but meat was always the most expensive. Animal scientists accepted the challenge of searching for alternatives for ruminant animals' nutrition that would result in more growth at a cheaper cost. World War II, again, did not help farmers in any way, in fact, made things worse by sending scientists into a frenzy, trying to find this soon to be animal protein substitute. Two years after 1948, alas, a miracle was made. Scientists finally made the connection with animal nutrition and antibiotics. Customers were now able to enjoy their pork and poultry for lower prices. And from the farmer's perspective, antibiotics saved the world from the Red Menace.
My name is Roxanne Garcia, and I will be covering the ethical aspects for the use of antibiotics. Antibiotics help prevent and relieve animal suffering. They treat clinical disease to prevent and control common diseases. %80 of the total antibiotic use in the United States is in agriculture, with pigs and poultry receiving 5 to 10 times more antibiotics than cows and sheep. Antibiotics are sometimes given before any diseases occur to prevent it from happening. Some uses of antibiotics include when pigs' immune systems become compromised because they aren't given the time to recover in between births. This is due to the high production of meat. Pigs and chickens living in confined and crowded spaces have increased stress and risk of disease transmission. Sometimes antibiotics are used to make the animals grow faster for production. Dairy cows receive intramammary infusions of prophylactic doses of antibiotics following each lactation to prevent and convert future mastitis.
Hello. This is Ali speaking on the cultural and sociological importance for the use of antibiotics in food animals. So let's begin. It's to no one's surprise that food animals are culturally significant in today's society. The majority of Americans are, in fact, consumers of animal byproducts. Keep in mind, if the majority of the nation consumes food animals, it would be quite unrealistic to expect drastic limitations of the consumption of raising of food animals. So antibiotics should be used on these animals so diseases can be prevented and cured, to promote ethical and humane treatment of animals, but also for the safe consumption for us human consumers. And this, keep in mind, this being the use of antibiotics is also for the purpose to confirm to consumers that they are in fact eating food animals that were once properly treated and cared for, and not animals that were neglected. To reiterate, antibiotics are used to treat and prevent diseases as well as promote food animal growth, and this would add a lot of cultural and sociological significance.
Hi, my name is Erin Riley, and I will be discussing the current events related to the topic. The United Kingdom's sales in antibiotics has been reduced and cut in half between the years of 2014 and 2019. In 2019, although the antibiotics increased from 1.5 milligrams to 31, the usage in animals decreased for the safety of humans and health. On the pie chart on the side, you can see that from 2013 to 2017, the usage of antibiotics has decreased from 38% to 26%. The chief executive of veterinary medicines stated that they've been working very closely with farming and veterinary professions to reduce how much of the antibiotics are being used in their animals. They are also finding responsible ways to include the antibiotics so that they don't cause further infections and bacteria within the animal, and so that it's safe for people to consume. The United Kingdom has found that reducing the usage of antibiotics in animals helps to stop the spread of antibiotic resistance, which is when the overuse of antibiotics causes the bacteria to fight back and overpower the antibiotics and leads to serious infections. The United Kingdom's government has been continuing to work with the industry to control these infections and has been maintaining the United Kingdom's world-leading standards in animal welfare. I will also be discussing why our group is for antibiotics being used in food animals. Antibiotics in food animals are fine for humans as long as there is a monitored amount of antibiotics given to the animals. The overuse of antibiotics in our food can cause serious illness for us. But as long as it's maintained at a limited amount, they are completely safe. Some of the health reasons as to why we are for antibiotics being used in food animals are: antibiotics are used to treat infections. It kills and stops dangerous bacteria from growing. It has been used in animals since the 1940s. It treats infections in animals and it aids in the prevention of disease. And as stated by Brown, antibiotics decreases the death rates of these animals. Some of the growth rates include: it promotes the growth in an animal. According to Brown, the greater production in our meat and dairy products in a shorter time frame, and it helps to improve animal reproduction.
My name is Sarika Anaya, and I will be covering the knowledge on antibiotics used in food animals. Antibiotic use in food animals can help treat bacterial diseases in animals, and it can also be used for animal growth. Antibiotics are given carefully and responsibly to enhance animal health and well-being. The dairy industry is highly vigilant about managing mastitis and has guidelines to encourage and manage withdrawal times so residues don't find their way into dairy products. The swine industry has implemented an all-in, all-out management that is responsible with antibiotic usage. The FDA approves the use of all new antibiotics after testing and confirming animal safety and food safety. Sick animals are given antibiotics to restore their health and to ensure that their meat or milk is safe for people. There are protections in place.
All right, so my name is Elena Horowitz, and I'm going to be summarizing our position. We can look at the use of antibiotics in food animals from 3 viewpoints: human health, environmental health, and animal welfare. Regarding the issue of human health, we know that untreated infectious diseases in food animals have the possibility of increasing foodborne pathogens in the meat supply. These pathogens can be passed on to humans. And antibiotics help us avoid this cycle because treating infected animals with antibiotics decreases the passage of pathogens to humans. In terms of the impact on the environment, antibiotic usage is beneficial. A sick and infected animal that goes untreated can pass away and die. In order to maintain our food supply, when an animal dies, another must immediately take its place. This means more and more animals are constantly needed. The more animals means more stress on the environment through the increased usage of these resources, including land, water, and fertilizer. We also are responsible to ensure the welfare of animals. The use of antibiotics plays a role in caring for these animals in a compassionate way. There are 2 reasons to use antibiotics in livestock. The first is the treatment of the disease, and the other is prevention of common diseases. Both of these reasons lead to a better quality of life for the animals and should not be restricted. We are ethically obligated to treat animals humanely and to maintain their health through medicine. The bottom line is, when it comes to the use of antibiotics in food animals, is that the responsible use of antibiotics helps ensure a safer and more reliable food supply. It promotes the welfare of the animals in the food supply, and banning antibiotics would put our food supply at risk.
This is the end of our presentation, and thank you for watching.